what they want to hear about is how we're integrating these different aspects of government and getting better results for people without a cost. And see, that's the thing that as soon as you say that in front of any group of leaders, everybody's ears are like, huh? and what it's about is about marshaling the resources you have. It's not about, I need this, I need that, I need something else. And then last week, I was in North Carolina speaking to their Health and Human Services about the issue. I've been invited to go speak about our strategic approach to a couple of different local thought groups. And to your question, the word and the results are starting to get around, and people are saying, well, how did you do that? And the thing that's unique about the Prince George's County experience is that we can explain in detail how we did it. We have a specific method, and I can go through that. Now, it takes some doing to get through every aspect of how this has evolved, and a couple of eureka moments that I like to talk about, but we have a method, and it works. Prince George's County. This is the moment. This moment. I had a conversation with the county executive about this Sunday. We were at First Baptist Church of Glenarden together. I was talking to the congregation about property crime and asking for their help. You know, not just you, but Pastor Jenkins has developed dynamic disciples in First Baptist. And what I asked was, don't leave bags, don't leave change, don't leave a broken phone in sight in your car, because it's an opportunity for folks. And that's how we're going to drive down this property crime, in part, is our relationship with the community. But we are now at a place where crime, last year we ended the year, and it's right here, but 16,099 crimes. Mm-hmm. That was the first year that we hit that window that I talked about back in 2011, between 15,000 and 17,500. So in stair-step fashion, we've gotten from where we were to where we are now. And now the number's lower than that so far, but we're only a quarter of the way into the year. Mm-hmm. So now there's this huge opportunity where resources that were being plowed into public safety for renting safety, as I used to refer to it when the emerging conversations were occurring. Like, we were renting safety. We weren't getting a return on investment, right? We weren't building safety equity with our dollars because we weren't getting consistent results. Mm-hmm. So those dollars that we were putting towards renting safety can now be invested in infrastructure, can be invested in services, education, and creating different kinds of opportunities. The key to it for me is you look at some of the communities that have had tremendous success stories. Tony Lee and I were just talking about Harlem and the experience of that community within the city of New York. If we can continue doing what we've been doing for the last decade, for 10 more years, if we do this consistently for 2 decades, and there's different pads and math and chicken scratch that I put together to try to come up with a way to explain why it's 2 decades, what it boils down to is a consistency and the establishment of a community standard. Right. Then crime, number one, will never come back in Prince George's County. But at this moment, now we've set the table, right, for commercial development, for the expansion of the commercial tax base that the county executive is passionate about. We can transition from a community that supports itself primarily on property taxes to one that has that vibrant commercial tax base, because there's businesses that people want to patronize in my home. There's demand for their goods and services. They're employing people. They're making money for their entity, but they're also providing goods and services to people in Prince George's County. So we're not driving like when I was a kid. You got to drive to Howard County, Montgomery County, if you want certain goods or services. You know, there was a time in Prince George's County where you couldn't buy a large selection of cars. Now we've got all kinds of folks making that available to us. You look at some of the other enterprises we have that we didn't have just 10 years ago, but 20 years at the end of that, and again 10 years from now, I think we're going to see the momentum build. You're going to see more people wanting to come with different makes and models of cars. You're going to want to see more opportunities for this, right? The Westin in Prince George's County in National Harbor. Prince George's County is becoming a resort and destination locale. People are coming to MGM. They're coming to FedEx Field. They're coming to the University of Maryland to participate in what we have to offer. Now the police department has to evolve to handle a hospitality environment that we didn't have before. But if we do that, and again, I think the momentum of development and the expansion of commercial enterprise in the county will be such that 10 years from now, we're going to have the kind of revenue that healthy governments need to support a properly sized police department and a properly sized fire department and a properly sized school system and a properly sized social services, Department of Public Works and Transportation, all those things. And once you have those things in place, then opportunities for crime, opportunities for infrastructure-related issues, they all evaporate because you've got the capacity to do what you need to do. So we're sitting here in 2019, but in my view, by 2030, this county will be completely reimagined. And people will talk about Prince George's County 20 and 30 and 40 years ago. And again, like Tony and I were just talking, in similar fashion the way people talk about the community of Harlem 20 and 30 years ago, right? It's going to be a completely different, healthier, and more vibrant community. And frankly, I think everyone in this region needs to rethink their views on this community in terms of opportunity.